Hi, so I'm Faye and I'm just going to talk you through how I would do an online interview using Skype and a dictaphone as my technology. So what we'd need to do first of all is just either use your computer, your tablet or your phone and upload the Skype app. Now, for the purposes of this interview, this video rather, I'm going to use my private Skype account, but from an ethics point of view, for speaking with participants, I am going to open up a different private account which will be called Faylo ARU, because there'll be an issue that with participants I will have their online details, and therefore every time I log into Skype I will be able to see whether they're online. So for their own privacy and confidentiality, it's probably a good idea that I have a separate account that I use throughout the whole of collecting all the information, collecting all of the interviews, and once the interviews are over and I've collected all my data in line with ethics, I can delete all of that information. And it also is a safeguard for the participants, but also a safeguard for me, because I don't want people to feel that they can still contact me after the interviews as well. So as I said, for the purposes of this interview, this video rather, I'm going to use my personal Skype account. So basically I log into Skype. My login details are already set into my app within my computer, and it comes up with, who do I want to speak to. We would then contact whoever the first participant is by putting in their details. Now I also have a little digital dictaphone. Dr. Susie Weller, in her paper that she talks about using Skype for qualitative interviews for speaking with youths, recommends actually not using video software when using Skype. She prefers using a dictaphone so that you actually just record the narrative. One of the problems with using video recording of Skype is that you have to tell people when the video is turned on and when the video is turned off, so you actually can make people feel a little bit uncomfortable and they can shift in their seat and sort of be quite consciously aware that they're being videoed, whereas if you just say I'm just taping the conversation on dictaphone, they're usually okay with that. And again, they kind of forget halfway through, as the interview is going as well. So the dictaphone just has a record button on the side. So when I'm ready, I just press record, and then I would strategically place that next to my speaker. I don't think you can see that from there. So that I'm catching all the information that I'm talking about and also what my participant is saying. So I should put that there, ready. And it's a good idea before doing the online interviews just for me to sort of come in about 10 minutes before, just check my equipment's working, check that I'm dressed appropriately. And I say appropriately because my participants are within the equestrian industry. If I sat here in a suit, they would probably feel quite uncomfortable because they're not used to that. So it's probably best that I'm, as I am today, just wearing an equestrian top. So I'm going to contact somebody today just so that we can have a look at how Skype works. So it's very straightforward. You basically click on your contact so that they are showing up in your screen. And then over here are some icons. You've got the video, the telephone icon. So you just select which mode you want to use to contact them and press that. And then that should go through as a video call. So it shows my room, if you like, so me and my background. So I must make sure that that is tidy, so when they're looking that they can see it's quite a tidy area, not to distract them. And our interview guest for today is Captain America. He is standing in as my participant, but it just shows you that I'm looking at my participant in their environment, so they will feel comfortable within their own environment. It's a video call, so they can clearly see me. They can see my background. So as I said, I must ensure that that is quite clean. And so we're allowing the conversation to flow. Towards the end of the interview, I might say, we've got about 10 minutes left. Is there anything else that you want to discuss? And that might just make them reflect on what they've talked about and have and decide whether there was anything that they wanted to add. Would be that as an interviewer, I would ensure that I had like a notepad and paper, or certainly a journal, where I'm writing down my thoughts, feelings, post-interview. And I think that's quite important because they're taking you on a story. You're looking at their behaviours, you're looking at their body language, you're looking at the words they use, their tone of voice, and some things cannot be transcribed verbatim. So I think it's important as an interviewer to make sure that I've got my reflective journal as practice so that I can go through that. So that's it for about Skype interviews, and I hope that you enjoyed the rest of the presentation.